Good afternoon and happy Thursday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, I actually got some stuff done today, kind of. I did dishes today and I also made dinner for tonight, and instead of just doing a freezer dinner, I did the what's it called? The stuffed cabbage that I was planning on doing like earlier or last week or something like that, but all the ingredients were still good, so it was fine to use it this week and make it. So I ended up doing the stuffed cabbage for dinner tonight, and I feel like it was okay, honestly. It wasn't that flavorful, but like it was okay. So I don't know. Like I don't know if I'd make it again, but I thought it was decently okay. Like I thought it was actually going to turn out worse than I think it did, but I ended up doing the like cabbage fried rice, and I thought that tasted really good. Like I'd probably do that again. But I don't think I probably should have like steamed the cabbage leaves longer, or like, you know, cooked them longer than they were, because they weren't like super tender. And then the other thing is too, because then I put them in the oven and like put them under water or under vegetable broth. And like cook them in vegetable broth. And the thing was that I put it in like a baking dish, and I probably should have maybe used like the what's it called, the Dutch oven, because I've used the Dutch oven I think maybe once or twice so far since we bought it, and I feel like it would have maybe kept it a little bit, because the problem was that it said to completely cover the cabbage rolls when you put them in the oven. And so I used a small little baking dish, but then they floated up to the top, so then the top part that wasn't covered anymore ended up kind of burning. Not like really bad, but it made it like chewier to, like the cabbage roll was chewier than the part that was submerged in the liquid. So I think maybe if I would have had the Dutch oven lid on, it probably would have ended up keeping it like moist on the inside, or like on the outside, even the part that was like floating up. But I didn't know how to keep it down, like to weigh it down to keep it from floating up. So I feel like that was really the only problem. Other than that, overall it actually tasted pretty good. Like I said, with the exception of it, you know, like kind of burning a little. It wasn't even burnt, I wouldn't say. I think it was just like overdone, like well baked. But with the exception of like that part and the leaves being a little underdone, there wasn't that much flavor to it. If I do wind up making it again, I feel like it will be like I can obviously, like I said, do those possibly differently this time. But it was pretty good. I ended up, it was just like rice and what's it called, rice and mushrooms on the inside, and I feel like I should have maybe added like some soy sauce or like something else, because it literally just tasted like rice, mushrooms, a little bit of onion, cabbage, and then I ended up putting tomato sauce over the top. So it was like it didn't have any, like, I feel like if I would have added like soy sauce into the maybe the what's it called, into the like sauteing, when I sauteed the onions and the mushrooms and stuff like that all together, and maybe add it to the rice, it would have absorbed that flavor a little bit more and tasted better, or like something I felt like should have maybe been added to that. But like I said, it didn't have that much flavor to it, but it wasn't bad. The same thing too when I made the cabbage fried rice, but I told you guys how I ran out of my sesame oil. Like I used the very last of it when I was cooking it. So I feel like that might have had a little bit more to do with that flavor not tasting like super flavorful. But yeah, so I made dinner for tonight, guys, which I was like, yes, I'm proud of myself for not just doing a freezer dinner, because I feel like I can adapt a little bit, and even if like one day out of the week I cook something that is like not like a freezer dinner, like isn't a baked freezer dinner or a crock pot freezer dinner or something like that, as long as I can do that like maybe once a week, I feel like it's pretty good. Like more of a fresher dinner or something like that. So next week I'm planning on, I made pizza too this week. So that was pretty fresh, I guess. It wasn't frozen pizza. I made the pizza not from scratch, but I just used the pizza crust and stuff like that. So long story short, though, I ended up for next week, because I have zucchini that I bought this week, I'm probably going to on Monday make my zucchini lasagna in the slow cooker that I do, and I love it. It's so good. So all I'm going to need for that is just ricotta cheese and also the tomato sauce, or the spaghetti sauce. So I think that's it, because I have lasagna noodles, I have shredded mozzarella, and I've also got the zucchini that I add in there. So it's a good like substitute to being a like a good meat substitute. Adding in the zucchini and making it a little bit more vegetable rich. So that's the way I like to do it, and then I love it because I get to eat it too. And so I think I've told you guys a couple times on how I make it, but I realized I was like, oh, I should have done that, because almost every single time that I have zucchini, I almost always use it for lasagna, or else I will try, and like the last time I got zucchini, I made zucchini bread. So I realized that with the exception of me and my dad, we're the only two people that really like zucchini and asparagus. And so like if I make like a side dish with the zucchini or something like that, not a lot of people will wind up eating it. So whereas like if I have broccoli or cauliflower, carrots, and I steam them in the steamer, like my mom will eat them, Jack will sometimes eat them, even sometimes Matthew will snack on them. Like everybody pretty much likes that, like vegetable wise, but asparagus and zucchini, me and my dad are really the only two people that really like those. So yeah, and I was even thinking, I was like, well, maybe I could try like a different recipe or something like that, but then I'm scared like if I did, then like maybe I wouldn't like it either, and then my dad would be like the only person eating it, because he's pretty much the only person. He doesn't really like mushrooms, and there's like a couple of other things he doesn't like. But for the most part, he pretty much eats anything. Even to like I said, he doesn't necessarily like mushrooms, but he'll still eat them. You know, they're just like not his favorite. He doesn't really like corned beef and cabbage, like on St. Patrick's Day when we have it, but he'll still eat it. He also doesn't really like, what's it called? Water chestnuts. My mom loves water chestnuts, but one of the recipes that I ended up making this week I used water chestnuts for, and my dad was like he doesn't necessarily like them, but he'll still eat it. But my mom, like I said, she loves them. So that was one of the freezer dinners that I did. And guys, this dog, oh my gosh, you're soaking wet. All he does is lick himself all the time. Seriously. The other day he was licking like his tail or something like that. And I don't know if it's when like him and Bravo are playing with each other, like he actually winds up getting hurt. I said your name, Mr. B. Or what. But you guys see, look at this. Can you guys see down here? He's all soaking wet underneath his armpit. Like he's been licking his armpit. Why are you licking your armpit, Mr. Charlie? Did you get an owie when you were playing with Bravo? Did you get an owie? Huh? Like, sometimes I'll notice that he'll, like, yelp or something like that if they're playing with each other or whatever. But, for the most part, like, he doesn't, like, it's not like he's, like, ailing, like, you know, he's limping and stuff like that. But it's just really bizarre. Like, he's always licking himself. Like, I don't know if he's just, like, likes to lick himself, or if it's because, like, you know, he ends up getting hurt or something like that. Like I said, one of them ended up yelping, and I thought it was Bravo when they were, like, playing earlier today. And maybe it was actually him, and he, like, hurt himself somehow. So I have no clue, but yeah, he's like, he does it all the time. Bravo loves to lick people, but Charlie loves to lick himself. I don't know why. But like I said, like it's not always like the same spot, like right now, underneath his armpit. Then, you know, like yesterday, he was licking his tail. Like, I don't even know. But sometimes we'll find like scratches or things like that on them from like them playing with each other, because like I said, you guys have seen they play rough with each other. I don't know if they hurt themselves when they're like playing with each other sometimes, and then like they don't really like notice it until afterwards. Like I said, One of them ended up yelping earlier when they were jumping around chewing on each other's faces. But yeah, it's just like they play so rough with each other. And seriously too, it's like they have no like, they like just like they'll come running into a room like at 100 miles an hour, and they have no brakes either, so they'll go like flying into things or like jumping on stuff. Like the way they can maneuver themselves around so quickly like gives me anxiety. I'm like, you guys are freaking me out. Like I'm scared too. Like the thing is, when they're like coming like in a room or something like that, they'll like run into me, and because when it's the two of them, I'm scared they're gonna wind up taking my legs out or something like that. This earlier today too, they were both fighting at the top of the stairs. I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm just like, because I don't want to look, but I'm going up the stairs yelling at them because I was like, they're seriously gonna hurt themselves. They play so rough, and they have like no like boundaries whatsoever. Like they'll just do whatever. And so yeah, and they're crazy. You guys are crazy. It's true. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie boy. Hi, Charlie the boy. Hi, Mr. B the boy. And Bravo always does this weird, like, he acts like he's scratching himself thing, even when he's not. Like, if I come near him, he pretends like he's scratching himself. Yeah. Oh, oh. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. The thing is that bothers me, though, is that Charlie gets his slobber then all over my bed. There was a big wet stain right down here at the end of my bed yesterday from Charlie licking his tail. That's how I knew he was licking his tail, was because he ended up leaving a wet stain at the end of my bed. So, yeah, and now there's one over here. I don't know if you guys can really even tell, but this is from him licking his armpit. And it's all slobbery, too. Did you hurt yourself? Huh? Is that why you're licking yourself, or you just enjoy licking yourself? Like, I can't figure out if it's one or the other. Because, like I said, sometimes I'll wind up just doing it when I'm pretty sure he didn't hurt himself. Like I said, but other times he might be doing it because he did hurt himself or something like that, or he pulled a muscle. I have no clue. Anyways, though, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So, bye, guys.